Simul. I'm going to play against several players. Please let me know if the sound and video quality is good. I'm waiting for your challenges, by the way. If you would like to play with me, please challenge me 30 plus 30 unrated on chess.com. So this is my username. So, by the way, I'm streaming this webinar on YouTube and Twitch, just to make sure that everything works well. Yeah, looks like everything works smoothly. So, okay, so I'm waiting for your challenges. Okay, here I have two. Let me share my screen. Oh yes, actually you can see the board and me playing. I'm going to start these two games. And of course I'm waiting for more players to come. So first the game with Anirudh, who gonna play with white pieces and yeah, knight f3 of course. Okay, so what should I play? Let me try f5 move, which is not the best move against knight f3, but we should definitely try it. Usually I play d5 to occupy the center. And knight f6. Okay, what else? Here. e5, knight c3, knight f6. Ah, d3. Okay. Anyway, knight f6. Let me play g6, bishop g7 just. Knight f3, knight c6. Okay. One more game where I'm also playing with black pieces. e4. Let's play Scandinavian d5. Okay, who else wants to join? Please let me know. The time control is 30 plus 30. 30 minutes plus 30 seconds. Okay, queen d5. Anirudh castled, which is okay move. I play this move. Bishop g7, just developing my pieces. Here g3, then d5, and then I capture on d5 with my knight. Okay, Forky sent me a challenge where I play with white pieces. Let's try something new. d4. d5, c4. Okay, queen a5, c6, knight c3, d4 in this position. Okay, I just castle, knight f3, knight f6, here knight f6, knight f3. Okay, so oh, okay, so now I think you can find the board. I mean, I just slightly adjust the settings here. Oh, d takes c4. This is the main line where I play a4. Here d4. Okay. c6. Anirudh plays c4, which is okay for me. D6 with the intention of playing e5. Here, knight c3. This is not a good move, because this move allows me to occupy the center with d4. Okay, so guys who just joined me recently, if you would like to play against me, send me a challenge, 30 plus 30 unrated on chess.com. So 30 minutes per game, per side, plus 30 seconds increment. No, it should be just unrated, and that's it. So my username is GERTSOG. Okay, thank you. I start another game where I play e4, and it's gonna be Sicilian. Okay. Bishop d3 in this position. This move allows me to play bishop g4. Here, Anirudh played bishop f4, which I don't like at all. How can I play in this position? Good question. No, the moves that come to my mind in this position are knight c6, queen e8, c6 with the pawn, so something like that. Maybe queen e8 to prepare e5. Okay, let's start with knight h5. e5, knight b5. Bishop f5, knight e5. This is the second popular line. Anirudh plays bishop to g5. Anirudh, you play so fast, please. Stop and think. Queen a5 check. So here I have bishop d2. I'm not sure if this is the best move. But at least it works. This is how I attack the queen. Knight e4. Yeah, why this is a mistake? Because the d pawn goes to e4 and potentially blocks the bishop on g2. Knight d6, guys. What do you think about this move? What else I can do? Just knight c3? Maybe knight c3 is enough in this position. But then a6, a3. No. Okay, let's play this move. No, the idea is that the bishop is pinned. g4, bishop g6, in this position just bishop e7, e6, f3. Okay, guys, who else wants to join the webinar as a player who wants to play against me? Just don't be afraid and send the send the challenge. Bishop d2. Okay, first I take there to be able to double the pawns. And then just knight bd7 is okay. e3. Oh, I'm not sure, but what about this move? Looks quite attractive. What else? So bishop b4 in this position. Let's play e4. King f8. This is what I expected. Okay, I would like to play something more positional. So here I play knight a3. If they take, I just trade and pass the game into the end game. Knight a4. This move makes sense, of course, but just queen b6 is enough. b3. If I deliver a check on b4, what happens? Bishop d2, but then d takes e3. What do you think? Wait a sec. D takes e3 works immediately. D takes e3, queen d8, rook d8, the knight is hanging. Okay, actually, first I prefer doing a check. And then d takes e3. Here, bishop g5, bishop from g5 retreated to d2, so that's why I'm sure I can play this move. Should work. Bishop d2, queen. Sorry, it was a mouse slip. However, I believe I can continue playing this position and maybe hope for black's mistake. My intention was to trade the queens off. b4 here. 6. Knight goes, bishop goes to g6. Okay, bishop a3. a3 in this position. I should somehow undermine their position. I don't know what exactly to do. a5, no. Knight d5, no. No, let's first play this move. Here, king e2. I see what you mean. King e3, then what can I do after that? Okay, let's do this move and then knight b4. Looks quite dangerous. Here, knight d7. I can take on g6, but I believe knight c4 looks better. No, let's continue. Let's continue this game, don't worry. I don't take back any mouse slips. If the move was played on the board, it should be. We should continue. No takebacks. Castle. Bishop e2. Yeah, and then I wanted to play knight b4 with the intention of d3. Wait, or I can just d3, can play d3 right now. Queen d3. Oh, actually, bishop b4 was a mistake. Instead, I could play d3 immediately. Queen takes d3, queen takes queen, king takes, and then I take on f3 for free. But oh, actually, I can do it even now. However, maybe knight b4 is more interesting in this position. No, no, I should do it immediately. Bishop b4. Mm-hmm. h6. No, I can just castle kingside and then play positionally. This is the best thing, I believe. Queen a6 is a double attack of 2 pawns. But let's castle first. Yeah, queen d3. I take here and then I take there. Bishop c3, but bishop, you'd better take and then play bishop c3, because if you play this move immediately, I play e4 and occupy the center. Castle. Knight d2, of course, I expected this move. Knight c6. Queen d8. Yeah, I think knight d4 was a better move in this position. So now I play c3 to secure the d4 square. a5 to reinforce the bishop. This move, of course, makes sense. Okay, let's do some prophylaxis. Knight d6, queen d6, queen e7. So here I take with the knight and I keep blocking their development. And then I have to retreat. Bishop a5. Knight f6. I would love to develop the bishop here. So how can I do that? Maybe it looks too risky, but what if I just play king f3? Okay, yeah, it's actually a bad move, but let's try. Here, rook e8. d5 is too early. e5 doesn't make sense. Knight e2 doesn't look good. g4 h4 no. No, I still believe I need to replace this knight. So knight a2, h4. Here f5 opens up the position, but then knight c5 with a tempo. Let's play queen c7 first. Bishop a3. Aha, I expected this move. Castle queenside. e3. I was expecting d5 actually in this position, but e3 maybe nothing wrong with this move. So knight f6, then d5. This is what I wanted to avoid. Should I play d5 myself? Maybe. d5 and then knight e7 just to capture it. b6. On b6 I play this move. g5. If they take, I take with my queen. Here, bishop e7. Knight c1. Oh, I just take on e4 and gain the rook. No, the exchange. And I'll be a rook up. So actually the position is completely winning. Okay, actually, oh, Sheldon, thank you for joining our Simul. If you want, you can send me a challenge. 30 plus 30 unrated. I still accept them. I have only 5 games. Knight b6. Yeah, I expected this move to be played. I can take, but d5 and knight c4, but bishop c4, so I don't want it. I don't want to open up the position too early. I also wanted to play knight b6, then queen b6, but I don't think it's effective. So I can continue with this move, knight b3, attacking the pawn on a5, and if they take on c4, I take with my bishop. Here, knight c5. No, that was a mistake. If I'm not blundering anything, oh, actually, no. I am blundering something. Okay, this move, knight b6, to reinforce me. Okay, bishop comes to b4. Finally. That should be fine for me. Can I play queen c1? Or should I take first? Queen c1. King b2. I can check with my rook as well. Knight e7. That's my goal. Then knight takes d5. So knight takes b6 and d5. No, probably you are talking about which this position. If I take there, queen takes, and then I play d5, my bishop is hanging. I played queen c7, queen c1 because of it. Knight e7, queen e7, I mean. Let's take. One knight protects the other one. Here I take with my queen or bishop. I can actually capture with the queen, which I believe makes more sense, but okay. King goes there. Another check. King moves, and then I move rook d1. Rook d8, I mean. Oh, that's a clever idea. You play bishop g4, so this is what I blundered. Okay, right. So what can I do? Only queen a4 works. b5. B takes c6, then no, I have to take, I think, and then play b6. Rook c8. Knight c5 was my intention. I'll take with the bishop, for example. Rook b5, the pawn is hanging, so b6. This is a good move, actually. Yeah, so they expose my king weakness, unfortunately. Unfortunately for me, so can I do anything? Just move my king back. Well, actually it's a completely losing game, so I can resign here. Yeah, knight e4 is coming, a check. And if I take on c6, knight e4, and that will be a checkmate with queen f2 and queen d2. How to resign in here? Here, game, resign. Yes, and I can... rematch. Okay, queen goes to c7. Knight d3 to attack the bishop. Knight came to e4. Okay. It's Sicilian. I think so. Okay, here this move. But actually this is a complete blunder. Or maybe there is just nothing they can do. Bishop f4. And Root played this move, threatening with what? Oh, actually with almost... threatening... I see the idea, but in such a case, I can... Knight f6 first. No, this is checkmate in 2, I think. No, not in 2, but in a few moves. Queen c7. Bishop f4 with a temper. And then I play this move. Knight b3, what a weird move, never saw such an option. Just never. Let's activate the rook. Bishop b4 in this position doesn't make much sense, I think. So bishop e7. Anirudh decided to capture, queen takes. And here I checkmate. This move first, king goes to e1 and rook d1 on the next move. Okay, thank you for the game. No, sorry, no rematch. Queen f7. f4. d5, no. d6 is the only other option. This is an interesting position. I believe I have some domination in the center, but at the same time black's position looks solid. Okay, knight e4. I didn't make the move here. That's the problem. Knight h3, no. I can take there on a3, but maybe king h8 first. I'll show you later why I played such a move. No, now I play knight c5, I believe they have to take. Uh-huh. Oh, let me take first. But then bishop takes, so looks like I lost a pawn. Okay, so what? Knight f3. So knight just retreated. Have no ideas what for right now. What can I do? I can at least capture on d3, which I believe is the best option, or I can capture on a3. So let's take this pawn first. Bishop c5, d takes c5. Yeah, my task was to dominate through the d file. And the rook took with the bishop. Well, king h7 is a prophylaxis here. The problem is that the queen is now not defended, but okay. h5. No, let me retreat to be able to capture on g6. 92. b5, h6. So g takes h6. Check. Then let's say I attack the rook. No. If I attack the rook, then maybe knight e5. This knight to e5, of course. Rook g6. Bishop b7. d6. And now if I take, it's bishop f4 probably. But bishop f4, queen b2 at least. Oh, I don't believe in it. So I'm sure that even if knight fd7, I'm still better. But I just want to capture. I don't believe in this trap. It's not a trap, actually. Queen f6. Oh, queen f6. Queen rook d7. queen f4, rook b7, rook d8 or what? Rook d8. Okay, in this position I think I can do something like that, with the intention of capturing the pawn on a5. Knight g3. No, I can take first and then think. Anirudh actually played a good move. Mm-hmm. Okay, here king goes there. Rook g1, g8 I mean, knight e5. But then queen b3 or queen c3. Queen c3, and what they can do? They can move the knight back. Okay, queen b3. Knight h5. Knight d7 just to protect. Knight h2. Rook h3 with the idea of a sacrifice. Why not? I don't like this position where I played a5, because Anirudh is about to play e4. This is what I have to monitor. Should I take on e4 or not? Probably yes. But then I can be in trouble. Okay, queen takes b7. Knight c5, maybe queen b6. Here, queen e2. e4, and they are trapped. Yes, e4. So if I don't take, that can be a real problem for me. What if I play a4? Okay, maybe queen e8 is the best move here. I don't... I'm not sure. If I take, they take with the d knight. This is what I don't want. Maybe f4. Yeah, let's play f4. Not sure. Because it allows me to play knight g4 then. That's the point. Okay, rook retreats to b3. And then I just play knight to h5. In this position, knight c5. Yeah, I expected this move. Then queen b6. If we play queen a7, then knight b3 can be played. But knight b3 is not a big problem for me. I just play bishop c3 with the tempo, and then rook a3. No, queen b6 looks better. Knight f6, knight takes f6. So the bishop is trapped. Oh, c3. Okay, yes, you have to play this move, but I just take on d3. Queen takes d3, then, for example, rook f d8. Attacking the queen. Here, queen b6. Yeah, I expected this move. And here I prepared queen a7. Queen a7. Wait a sec. Queen a7. What if they take on b2? I take on d7, they play rook d8. Now it should be fine. Queen a7. Knight g4. Knight g4, but I see I have a lot of attackers here. Let me take with the knight. Queen goes there. But it doesn't make any sense. Let's say knight e4. Well, e5, yeah, the move that I was expecting, of course, but didn't prepare a good continuation for it. What if I take there, they take here, I take on h2, king takes h2, then I took on f6. I think there is no compensation. What else I can do? A4 to distract. No, at least I can do a4. But if I do a4, knight takes, I take on d5. Is it good? Well, I'm not sure, but let's try. Rook takes g3 here because I also have my queen. Knight b8. Wow. Didn't expect this move at all. Bishop c3 first and then queen a5. The bishop on g6 is really bad. Queen takes a5, or bishop takes a5. They are about to play c5 on the next move. Yeah, queen takes a5. e5 is also weakness. Here king goes there, then rook takes g4 with rook h4 on the next move. c5, right. Well, let me activate the bishop first. So my idea is that if rook d8, rook takes d8, rook takes on d8, I just take on e5 and gain one more pawn. Because if queen e5, then this rook is hanging. Queen g4. No, queen b6 check first, and then maybe just rook takes d4 if they block on d4 with the knight. Then bishop e3, but what to play then I'm not sure. Maybe just bishop f6 is enough. Or maybe bishop, no. Bishop c5. Oh, yeah. Then if bishop e3, bishop c5. So queen g4, sacrifice the queen, but it doesn't make much sense. The game is over. Knight a4. Okay, thank you. No, it doesn't mean that this is a bad move. It's a good move, actually. This move allows a kind of a counterplay for me if I'm not blundering anything. If bishop d5, queen takes d5. Yeah, here I played bishop c5. Take with my queen. Queen b6. Threatening to take on c5. Knight f2 fork. The rook takes, queen takes, of course. Well, let me take on d4 in this position. Rook e6, but then queen c5 and the knight is pinned. Yeah, you may play such a move, but and what? I just retreat with the queen. Queen e3, I wanted to play this move. Here, queen g2. So, just to check here, knight went to c3. Bishop e6. Oh, then it's a checkmate in one. Thank you for the game. So I'll just quickly tell you what's wrong was here. So first of all, yeah, g4 is good, but the bishop should be on f1 in such a case, and here on knight e5. Or just don't block, because if so, I just double your pawns and you can get weak pawns in the center. So here everything was okay, but this attack was quite risky, especially the main mistake was, I took the pawn. Here the main mistake was to play h6, allowing me to open the file. That was critical. Here b4. Rook d8. This position, knight to c6. Bishop c4 is good. Bishop a6. Still okay. a5. a5 actually looks fine. Let me play e5. Rook took. No, okay, let me take. I can also take with the rook, which I think makes sense as well. Wait a sec. What if I capture there? I can play with the bishop. Is there anything they can do to unpin? Only knight f6, but it doesn't work. Okay, let me take first. Here h3, and I continue with rook d2 move. Yeah, rook b8, why not? No, just something like that. Here, h5 to distract. Они rook took. And now bishop d5, and then I take with my queen. Here rook retreated. a6. So I continue my pawn moves. Queen g5 and then f6. But then queen g6. No, let's play h4 at least. No. Bishop e4 maybe? Yeah, bishop e4 should be fine. Queen e7. A7 first. Queen c3. Oh, you didn't accept it. But I don't like queen c3 at all. Why? Because too many pawns are hanging right at the moment. I can take on a2 and d4. And of course it's better to take on d4. Rook goes to a8, blocking it. So then probably bishop d5 is okay. To pin. a3. Right, and now f6 works perfectly because there is no queen g6. Bishop e5, attacking on g3 as well. Actually, rook d8 was a better move in this position. Rook a d8 to reinforce the pin. Why didn't I play it? Queen c5, and in this position no, bishop g2 check should be played, and then after king moves it's just queen f4. Rook a7, so they just sacrifice the bishop. Oh, the knight on c6, okay. Queen g2 is a mate. Okay, thank you for the game. So I think your opening was quite weird, and of course the main mistake was to allow me to play e4 with the pawn. So e5, this is where you start playing mistakes, and finally when I was able to play e4, the game was already losing. So probably you should go into this combination. Then I take on b2, and no, actually I could play just queen d5. So I believe the e4 e5 sacrifice didn't make sense. Anyway, thank you. So here a rook takes a rook. Take. And take on g3. Two games left. In one of them I have extra piece. In this position I have only two extra pawns, which is also good. No, here I can just trade pieces off with this move. Rook a8. Then bishop takes a8. So it's only me who is playing this position for victory. I just have two extra pieces, two bishops, because this bishop is not playing. You may play f6 and join it, but then after bishop d5 I believe you have to trade, and the position got simplified. Fine, I don't care. Let's play bishop d5 just. But it wasn't a back rank weakness. I could just play queen g1 every time. And now let's advance the... Oh, wait, let's take on e5 first. Yeah, let's take on e5 first. Yes, you're right about this move. Bishop f4. f6. Bishop goes back. Then I open up the position with this move, but I just don't want to blunder on d5. Or maybe I just push the pawn. Let's first make a small trap with... No, I don't want. Just b4 immediately. Why should I play that? Why should I make such moves to make the position more complicated? I just need to simplify and trade pieces off. Yeah, I expected this move, of course. And for this move, I prepared rook a6. For king f3, I can play anything, including g5. So king f3, g5, knight goes to f5. I play this move, knight e7 fork. It's not so good actually. So my other option is just bishop e5, threatening to take on b2. Knight goes back to f3. Rook c6. Bishop e8. Queen c5. No, the idea of this move is actually to protect on c7 to be able to play this move. Knight d4, this is what I expected, but this move allows me to trade rooks. I play rook d6. And then just bishop takes d6. Queen e4 is not doing anything. Oh, let me play this move, just to make sure that bishop g1 can be played. Because I can also bring my queen into the attack in such a case. So I have two games here. And yeah, Anirudh resigned. Yeah, thank you for the game. You played actually better than anybody else. No, f4. So what was in my mind here? F4, if you capture, I wanted to play this move, knight g4, because this is how I attack on d4, and maybe knight e3 is a threat. But I believe it was quite suspicious. So e5, in my opinion, is the best. a4, maybe here you shouldn't take. For example, what if you just play queen c2 move? I still can't capture on d5, it will be a blunder. If I do this, I blunder my knight. So I have to move the knight, and if so, no, let's say where I move my knight. To g8, for example. If so, you can just play maybe this move and capture on f4 for free. Did you analyze it? This is where you could win. a4 was actually yeah, a good option to try, but if you won't accept this sacrifice, you could be much better. Here I took on d5, yeah, taken there. What about this move? You take there, I take with my queen, and then rook f4. What if rook f4? So queen takes, pawn takes. No, I believe this position is playable. I mean, it's in white favor, of course. Okay, and the last game with Forky, queen to d7. Well, let's open up the position with e5. Then I deliver a check on here and take on a5 with my queen. No, let's trade. Okay, finally there are some other people who wants to joining. Okay, I'm accepting this one. Oh wait, this is a different game. Oh no. Okay, yeah, let's play. Yeah, I remember you asked me to play the game, so just one more game and that's it. Ah, it's my turn to play. What I'm doing. Knight f3. Something weird. Okay, I take. What? So why did you resign? Just don't understand. No, you could continue with maybe queen f6, then I play d4, then maybe d6 or bishop b6, something like that. Okay. Okay, fine. Thank you. Thank you guys for playing. I'm not sure that there will be a webinar next Sunday because I will be in a different place. But if you have any questions, you may contact me by email at tricksofchess@gmail.com. So please follow me on chess.com, Facebook and Instagram, and of course visit my website. I'm going to publish some new articles, and this upcoming week I'm going to release my calculation course, a workshop where I'm going to teach you how to calculate the lines properly. I prepared several exercises that we will do together, and this is how you will improve. Okay, so the last point, this game where you actually played well. Bishop g6 is a mistake, according to what I remember. Here the main move is bishop takes z4. Bishop takes z4, f takes z4, knight takes z4. So they sacrifice a minor piece but get 2 pawns as a compensation. Because then I play bishop d2, and this is the third pawn on d4. So here I think a5 was not obligatory. it's difficult to suggest anything, but I believe at this moment you could try b5 and then c5 somehow under, or maybe c5 immediately actually, but a5 is not a good move here. c5 should be done. This is how you improve. Your position. So yeah, then you were under the pressure of knight c5. Yeah, I don't like this move because knight d7 forces you to take. And here I have a bishop pair and you have a weakness on a5 as well as on your other dark squares, and that decided the game. Queen a7, yeah, it's difficult to suggest anything, but I was calculating this line. So actually the position is completely winning, but let me show you. So this move, which actually works, what can I do now? In this position, I can only do this move. What then? For example, no, if they take, I take here with a check. Oh, actually it's fine for you. No, this is fine for you. Yeah, actually this is what you should play. When I play queen a7, you'd better take on b2 first. But then I can take on a5 with my bishop and it's still good. So the position is in my favor. What was the intention of this? Queen d7. So if I move the queen, for example, e7 or back, you just take on d2. And now you have the initiative. But yeah, so playing knight to b8 here was a mistake. At b8 you blunder it, then the other pawn died, and that's it. Rook b1 didn't work. Okay, thank you and hope to see you soon.